A time for change, to unmask the truth, to unmask the rot in our communities. Unmasking the Truth will focus on the effects of corruption on women, prefer solution and demand for accountability. Unmasking the Truth will be on this radio station
every first Monday by 5:30 p.m.
And we ask you to join us to condemn corruption, to demand for accountability, and to work together for a better Nigeria. Unmasking the Truth is an initiative of St. Ives Communications in partnership with Voice of Women and supported by the MacArthur Foundation.
All right, good evening and welcome to another episode of the program Unmasking the Truth. All right, today we are happy to unmask the truth on the efforts of grassroots women in the fight against corruption. Now, in our previous reports, we highlighted how systematic corruption, including demands for bribes in accessing healthcare and education, deeply affected women and their families in rural communities. With increased awareness and advocacy by Women Radio 91.7 FM, supported by MacArthur Foundation, grassroots women are taking bold steps to challenge corruption daily. Now, these women are no longer paying bribes for marketplaces, healthcare services, or school examinations, ensuring that their families receive fair treatment without exploitation. The grassroots women told us they now refuse to be bullied by government authorities or service providers and have gained the courage to speak out against injustices. Unmasking the Truth is an initiative of St. Ives Communications in partnership with Voice of Women and supported by MacArthur Foundation. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaisar. On Unmasking the Truth today, we are looking at grassroots women against corruption. Now, Unmasking the Truth on your radio station today features grassroots women as guests to share their stories of standing against corruption and driving change in their communities. In areas where women once faced systemic challenges, such as being asked for bribes to access healthcare or education, they are now experiencing better service delivery and are actively resisting corrupt practices. We went ahead to speak with some of these women who shared their personal experiences of their determination and advocacy for creating change. Now, here's what one of them, Hannah, had to say about the transformation.
Wada magana corruption, kuma na yi magana sosai na nuna ma government that wannan corruption din da ake practicing bai kyau ba. Don ni na taba haduwa da daya inda mun saba muna zuwa kasuwa muna parking motoci, za mu naje da mota na, to tunda na yi tafiya da yaro na, shi ya ja mota din, da suka ga shi ya je parking sai sun bar mu parking a wajen, da muka je muka yi sayayya mun dawo kai sai mun dawo mun same suna tsaya waje, ai bai kamata mu parking a wurin nan ba, that ba wannan motocin bane, ba irin motocin mu bane ya kamata su parking a wannan wurin, sai dai mu biya kuɗi. Haka muka yi saboda peace to reign, aka ne mun je mun biya wannan kuɗi, da baya ne wani ya zai tayar ya zace wai sam wanda bai yarda da wani abu ba, don kin ga mata ne shi yasa ku zo ku sa ta biya ku a mayar musu da kuɗi, ta ce lambaran ba za a mayar da wannan kuɗin ba. To shi ne na yi magana na ce ni duk inda za a je da wannan maganar zan je. Corruption ba shi da kyau, wurin da mun saba muna parking da mutane suna parking, shi ne yau aka zo wai in biya kuɗi saboda an ga towards weekend. Sannan kuma akwai wani da na taɓa haɗuwa da shi, hanyar da mun samu bi, ni ne na ja mota ran nan, hanyar da mun samu bi hanya ne da mutane sun samu bi, sai wata rana kawai sai wa'in suka fito ba ma san da su ba, sai na bi hanya ɗin kuma na zo na parking mota yadda ya kamata parking, sai na ce ta ko akwai hold up ta can wajen bari juye in bi ta nan, ina juye mota ba gama juyewa ba, kawai sai na zo na ga mutane sun tsaya ba wajen kofa cewa ai mota nan da nake juyewa ina juye mota ɗin ne a hanyar da bai wai one way na ce a hanyar da mu saba muna bi ne, yanzu ba da kana mu magana ga guda biyu zo su wuce, sai suka ce wai bata da wannan sai na biya juye mota da na juye ba riga na bi hanyar ba, haka suka sa dai ba da wani abu, haka kuma na biya wani abu saboda peace to reign a ranar, amma bai yi kyau ba. A gaskiya na ji daɗin wannan program ɗin, gaskiya ɗin akwai muryoyi da yawa da za fita a yi magana a kan cewa corruption ba shi da kyau. ina ga wani abu zai ragu. Wannan program din yana da daɗi sosai, ko kowa ya canza da na ji shi ya canza ba mutum, kayan mutum zai tsaya akan abin da ka sani, ka tsaya kan gaskiyarka don kusa za sa komai zai je daidai.
All right, so that was just one of the women we spoke with, and in a nutshell, well, because I'm Hausa, for those who don't understand Hausa, she was just giving her own experience of how she was able to fight some of this injustice. All right, and one of the episode had to do with her son driving the car while she was inside. She went to a turn, and she was just about to turn inside her car, and they stopped her and started requesting for money for using that particular turn. Meanwhile, there were other people who were also using that turn, and nobody asked for money. Now, the agencies that were there kept asking her, "Oh, madam, you're not supposed to take this route," blah, 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 and all of that. While they were talking to her, we had other vehicles who were also taking that same turn, and nobody was accusing them of anything. So she just felt, is it because she's a woman? That's why, all of this is happening. And she decided to speak against it, and she went ahead to talk against it, and some other people came out to support her, and at the end of the day she was able to speak up against that, and that actually stopped the whole issue. So yes, this is just one out of so many who went ahead to share their experiences as against standing up against injustice. All right, so we would definitely get to listen to more, but somebody here actually came out to tell us more about this. So let's go ahead and listen to this particular one here.
Mo máa ń yẹra fún àwọn nǹkan ìjọba torí pé mo rò pé a máa ní láti máa sanwó fún gbogbo nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe bíi ilé ìwòsàn àbí school àbí àwọn nǹkan kan báyẹn. But nísìnyí tí mo ti máa ń tẹ́tí sí ètò Unmasking The Truth ní orí Women Radio, mo ti wá mọ̀ pé ó yẹ kí n máa sọ̀rọ̀ síta, kí n má máa fún wọn ní àwọn owó kéékèèké yẹn mọ́. And mo ti wá rí pé ìyàtọ̀ ti wà báyìí, àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wọn wọ́n ti ń ṣe dáadáa. Mi ní láti máa bẹ̀rù pé nǹkan báyìí ni mo fẹ́, nǹkan báyìí ni mo fẹ́ o. Ẹ ṣé.
All right. Now, according to this last one we listened to, she says, I used to avoid public services because it felt like you always had to pay extra just to get the basics, whether it was healthcare or even school registration. But now I've learned to speak out. I don't give bribes anymore. And surprisingly, the services have improved. The workers are more professional, and I no longer feel afraid to demand what is right. This shows the power of women coming together to unmask the truth, hold service providers accountable, and demand a corruption-free society. Unmasking the Truth is an initiative of St. Ives Communications in partnership with Voice of Women and supported by the MacArthur Foundation. Now let's get to hear more experiences from women.
Mo jẹ́ èèyàn kan tó nípèníjà ojú. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ ìrírí mi nípa rìbá ní àwùjọ wa. Pẹ̀lú nínú ìjọba, mo wọ mọ́tò ìjọba ní ọjọ́ kan. So ẹni tó bá nípèníjà kò ń sanwó, tó bá wọ mọ́tò ìjọba wọ́n ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. But àwọn tó ń bá ìjọba ṣiṣẹ́ ẹni tó ń gbowó nínú mọ́tò ìjọba tí mo wọ̀. So ẹnìkan wá ń san owó fún mi, wọ́n ní ó gba wá sanwó mi. Ẹni tó ń gba owó yẹn ló bá gbà. Bí ẹni tó sọ yẹn ṣe ní àǹtí mo ti sanwó yín o, bá ní mo bá sọ̀rọ̀ mo bá fara ya gan pé rárá kò dáa kẹ́ máa gbowó. Ẹ rò pé ẹni tó nípèníjà ìjọba ló gbé kinní yìí lẹ̀ fún wa, wọ́n ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ó bá sọ bí ẹni tó gbọ́ ní kí ni tèmi gan, mo ṣáà sọ mo jẹ́ kóhùn mi lọ sókè bí ẹni ẹ ṣe gbowó ẹ̀ padà nìyẹn tí ó ṣe gbowó ẹ̀. Ètò yìí, ètò Unmasking The Truth tí Women FM ń gbélẹ̀, ó ti ràn mí lọ́wọ́ gan, pé ó jẹ́ ká lè ráyè láti sọ̀rọ̀ sókè, láti dẹ́kun ìwà ìbàjẹ́ láàrin ìjọba àti àwùjọ wa. Ẹ wo irú ìrí tí mo rí yẹn. Irú ètò yìí tó fún wa láyè láti mọ̀ ìgbà tá à ń sọ àwọn kinní yìí. Even kò ń ṣe ẹnìkan pé kọ́ mọ́ wà gbó ẹni tó bá ti wọ mọ́tò ìjọba tó bá ní ìpèníjà ìbá jẹ́ ìpèníjà apá ojú ẹsẹ̀ ara ni ẹ o owó àyè wà fún ẹ nínú mọ́tò ìjọba láti jókòó. But ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ pé wọ́n kì í pé ó yẹ kó jẹ́ kó jókòó ni. Ẹlòmíì máa jó máa wẹ̀ ní tó ní ìpèníjà tó yẹ kẹ́ jẹ́ kó jókòó sínú mọ́tò ìjọba ẹ̀ ní gbà fún. Tẹ́ pé ìjọba dẹ̀ ti pèsè àyè ẹlẹ̀ fún wọn so wọ́n tún ta síìtì yẹn fún ẹlòmíì ní but mo dúpẹ́ pé irú ètò báyìí ó wà láti máa jẹ́ kó mọ bí ó ṣe ń lọ pé yes láti máa jẹ́ kó máa rí òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ bí ètò yìí ṣe ń sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ nípa rìbá tó dẹ̀ ń dẹ́kun ètò yìí dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ kí rìbá ó dẹ̀ ń dẹ́kun rìbá ni.
All right, so that is also another woman telling us her own experience. Well, we'll get to hear more from women who have shared their experience about speaking up when it comes to, speaking against injustice and correcting the wrongs. Let's hear from more.
My name is Chinasa. If not for Unmasking the Truth, I not gonna say if they wrong, make person they give government officials money to fast track process of documents. Because again one time where I won't go process my passport for passport office. As I can't reach there, I still say we all of us where we come together for there, we plenty. And they call some people separately. I can't the one that say waiting they happen. Now I can't ask one person where sit down beside me say why if you say that they call some people separate? Shame now all of us come here together. I say waiting happen. Now that one come they hint me say she I don't know say this one say na special people. Say they don't pay them money so they go answer them quick. I can't they talk say answer them quick how? I say waiting they happen. Now I can't move close to one of the officials where they can't ask her. The man come they tell me say if I fit give am 20,000, I be 30,000. Say go help me fast track and fast and I go collect am. I can't the one that say wetin happen. That time I don't know say I give am the money because that time with the thing where I want use the passport do, it is very very important. Now why I give am. But after I come dey listen to Unmasking the Truth on WFM 91.7, now I come realize all these things where we dey do, say na our rights now. You can get one time where my sister won't come collect her passport. She can't tell me the same thing. I can't tell her, say lie, say she not pay anybody any money because the thing where she want to know her rights. So I'm asking the truth on Women Radio 91.7. It don't help me know say this thing are my rights, and I don't need to pay anybody or bribe anybody before I get access to all of those things.
Unmasking the Truth on your radio station today shines a light on how grassroots women are leading the fight against corruption, demanding accountability and experiencing tangible improvement in their lives. Through their collective efforts, many women, particularly in underserved communities, are now accessing services like healthcare and education without the barriers of bribery or exploitation that once held them back. Now, most women in these areas previously faced significant challenges, such as being forced to pay unofficial fees in the market and primary health care centers, or dealing with neglectful service providers. However, by standing firm and speaking out against corruption, these women are now reclaiming their rights and seeing reforms that benefit their families. Let's hear more stories of how women's refusal to engage in corrupt practices is transforming their communities, creating a better future for themselves and their families.
They avoid public service because they feel like say I just need to pay extra some money, and whether na healthcare or na school registration. But as it be now, I don't sabi to speak out. So I don't sabi to dey speak for outside where, and I know they give bribe again. So I can't shock you. The service come they go where the workers self they come be on bar, and I know they feel ashamed self to the demand for my rights.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yẹ̀yẹ̀yàn wa nígbà kan rí tí mi ò tí máa gbọ́ ètò Unmasking the Truth lórí Human Radio, mi ò mọ àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ mi. Àmọ́ nígbà tí mo ti wá ń gbọ́ ètò Unmasking the Truth lórí Human Radio, mo ti wá rí mo ti wá rí òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀. Nígbà kan rí tí mo bá lọ pé bí mo lọ síbi iṣẹ́ ìjọba, mo ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n á ní kí n mówó wá, owó àbẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kán lè ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe fún mi. Àmọ́ nígbà tí mo ti listen sí Unmasking the Truth, mo ti wá rí wípé òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ ti wà, mo ti mọ ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ mi, èèyàn kan ò lè fi.
All right, now you've heard from a lot of the grassroots women that we've spoken with in different languages, and they have all shared their experiences of standing up against corruption. I'm sure that, we all have our stories of how we have been able to speak out against corruption. Now, Masking the Truth is one program that gets to open our eyes and gets to let us understand that we can stand up for our rights in different forms, in healthcare, in, every part of our society, every aspect of our economy. We get to face one or two, issues that come up, and we are faced with it. Now, just because you went through it, it should not mean that, another woman can or should go through it also. You heard when one of the women who spoke in Pidgin English said that it happened to her once. She went to the passport office to get her passport, and then at the end of the day, she had to pay some amount of money, to fast track it. But after that, and listening to Unmasking the Truth right here on Women Radio, she realized that no, that was not what she was supposed to do. She has her rights, and what the government have stipulated on this. So why did she even have to pay at that instance? So when her sister went to do hers, she was able to speak up against that particular issue. So she joined her voice with that of her sister, and they were able to speak up. And even in the passport office, they had other women who joined, their voices in the fight against that particular corruption. Even for the other women who spoke too, we had when one of the women said that she was just driving in her, car. She parked somewhere where she was supposed to park, and then some officials met her and told her that, oh, madam, you're not supposed to park here, blah, 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 and all of that. And, she was like, it is not where everybody gets to park. So why am I being told to pay because I parked here? And then she paid. But later on, when she came back, she realized that, no, I shouldn't have paid because some other people parked here and nobody said anything about it. So why should I be told to pay? And then the next time she went there and she parked, and they came again. And she just, told them that, no, this is not going to happen again. And she was able to speak against that particular aspect of corruption. And she also, other people joined, even men who joined to raise their voices against that practice of corruption in that particular venue where she was. So, in different aspects of our lives, in different situations, we get to face corruption. And then, we get to learn from that also. And we get to bring other people, tell our stories out there, and other people get to realize that corruption should be taken out of our society. All right, so it's definitely thrilling to hear from grassroots women who have listened to this program and who are able to go ahead and tell us their stories. So I'm hoping that we'll have more who will be able to stand against the corruption or any form of injustice in the society. Now, though many communities still face challenges in accessing basic services, the improvements we've seen in the fight against corruption are a crucial step forward in empowering women, particularly those in underserved areas. Grassroots women, through their collective efforts, are leading the charge in reducing corruption and advocating for accountability in both healthcare and education system. Now, these women are no longer tolerating the demands for bribe or exploitation by service providers. Instead, they stand up for their right, ensuring that their families receive the fair treatment they deserve. If you have a positive success story on how corruption and lack of accountability have reduced, and especially how women and girls are benefiting in your community, please share with us by texting or sending a WhatsApp message to 070 317 56537. I'll just take that number again, 070 317 56537. Right. So, like I said, if you, if you want to share your story, your success story, a positive success story on how corruption and lack of accountability have reduced, and especially on how women and girls are benefiting in your community, please do well to send a text or a WhatsApp message to 070-317-56537. Unmasking the Truth from the Gender Lens is an initiative of St. Ives Communications in partnership with Voice of Women and supported by the MacArthur Foundation. Thank you to the production team of Aisha Sani and Taiwo Adeleye, and of course the executive producer Tomu Okewale Shonaya. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Good evening.
WFM 91.7